Fernando Alonso was not interested in joining Mercedes and being Lewis Hamilton's successor at the Silver Arrows. Now, normally I would be saying, if that came out of Fernando Alonso's mouth, that, oh, that just kind of screams of someone who's being a bit salty right now, but it's actually come from Toto Wolff, the Mercedes boss, so I'm inclined to believe this, to be honest with you. But yeah, so obviously the Mercedes second seat is yet to be determined. We've spoke a lot about this last week. There's been a lot happening behind the scenes. It seemed as though Antonelli was going to get it, then it's going to be Carlos Sainz, who's still the favourite apparently. Valtteri Bottas has said that he's not interested if it's not more than a 1-year deal, and Alonso, someone who has been rumoured of going to Mercedes in the past, has not been interested. Even if Toto Wolff potentially might have been interested in making that happen, Alonso is not the person that has come forward to say, yeah, I'm interested in joining Toto, so where do I sign? But yeah, so let's just go off of what Wolff has said here. So he said, and I quote, "Of course we considered Fernando. But at that time, Fernando was not being interested in driving for Mercedes. Moreover, he was offered a long-term contract with Aston Martin." So this would have been last season, probably, potentially. They're looking, I mean, he might be speaking about like back in January time or something like that, when he first got announced that Hamilton was moving to Ferrari. Let me just see what else he says here. So he also says that that's how he perceived it at the time. And then Fernando would have many more titles if he managed his career differently, Wolff said, which is not wrong, because if he stayed in certain places and moved out of other teams, he would have probably still, would have won several more World Championships. I think he's like 5 points away in his career. If he had 5 more points in certain places, he would have been a 5-time world champion rather than a 2-time world champion. That's the fine margin, really, when we talk about it. He says, I don't think he could have signed for Mercedes after his McLaren episodes. Now, this is the thing as well, because, Alonso's got previous, and he's not just talking about, the incident in the pit lane in Hungary in 2007, also things like the GP2 engine when he was at McLaren in 2015. That was a very embarrassing episode for Honda. Mercedes would not allow something like that to happen. So yeah, Dieter Zeech was at McLaren and then Mercedes, so that door was practically closed, which is, yeah, pretty much fair enough. So yeah, Alonso, even if he did want to join Mercedes, it wouldn't have been allowed anyway. But I think Alonso deep down would have known that, so maybe he didn't go for it. So that's also it too. But yeah, so Alonso sticking with Aston Martin for the long term. I hope it works out for him, but right now things are not looking too great. But I tell you what, he's going to be on a lot of money at Aston Martin, so I don't think he's going to mind too much. But obviously he does want to be in a winning car, and being in a Mercedes is a winning car right now. It wins races. Aston Martin is a long way away from that. But yeah, Mercedes fans, let us know, would you like Alonso in that team? I suspect the answer is a firm no to that one, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. And of course, keep subscribed to the F1Chronicle.com for much more video content just like this.